Today, we're going to be trying to lose to Zach, the chess bot, notorious for trying not to checkmate you. So, let's see how I figured out how to make Zach checkmate me. So we start by developing our knight, and since the knight is a less valuable piece, it's less likely to take it, so I'm just eating all of its pieces with my knight. And quickly, I just take all his pieces. Unfortunately, the knight loses its killing streak. So now, I'm just trying to get his rook, and then we'll be all set. Alright, so now I got his rook, and I just need to take all his pawns real quick. Unfortunately, I was trying to push the h-pawn past it. You'll see why later, but now the pawn's on the h-file, which makes this a bit harder for me. So now, I'm just planting my rook in front of the pawn so it can't push any further. That's going to be important for later. And I also put my bishop on g1. That's also going to be important because it's going to prevent my king from escaping. Now I just take his remaining pawns. And then, now comes the hardest part. And you see I bring out my knight, which is interesting because I actually need the black pawn to get onto the g-file to do this checkmate. So as you see in this next move, I put my knight on e2, ready to plant it on g3 to force black to take my knight. And here, I let the black king take my remaining pawns to get them out of the way. And now here, I force black to take my rook, and he comes back. And now this is the hardest part. You have to force the king into a position where it can defend the pawn, but also push the pawn and then checkmate the king. So in this position, black can't checkmate me if I move my queen. Can checkmate me if I move my queen, but it's not going to do that because it could move its king instead. And as you see, I pinned the pawn here so it can't push because my queen's in the wrong position. So the king runs. I give a couple checks to force it into the correct position. And here I reroute my queen. And now the king's in the perfect position. And I bring my queen here as a waiting move now. And also to block off the black king. Now the black king has nowhere to move. His only move is to push his pawn. And we have checkmate for Zach.